Hello and welcome to day 26. Today we're going to do another back bend. So this will be bow pose on our belly. But when you're ready, we'll come to standing at the top of the mat with the hands at heart center. Inhaling to sweep those hands all the way up overhead. Exhaling to fold forward. Inhaling to your halfway lift, flat back. Exhale to fold forward. Then when you're ready, we'll step back with that right foot. Inhaling to sweep those hands all the way up overhead, reaching up towards that crescent pose. Exhaling down towards that warrior two. Rotating the back foot. Extend it through those fingers, then exhale and drop that left elbow down towards that left thigh. Right hand comes up overhead. Inhaling back towards warrior two. Then rotating that front palm open, exhaling back towards that reverse warrior. Finding that gentle back bend, lifting that chest towards the sky. Inhaling towards warrior two. Then inhaling to rotate back towards that crescent pose, finding that strong stance. Then we're going to bend at that right knee as you ground in towards that left foot. Then on inhale, we're going to slowly start to lift, rising up towards that warrior three, reaching out through that right foot, those fingertips, finding that balance, and inhaling to rotate that right knee up in front, sweeping those hands up overhead. Then on exhale, we're going to extend that right leg back, coming back towards that warrior three, then stepping back towards that crescent pose, lifting up through those hands. So your next exhale, we're going to lower those hands down towards the ground, then stepping that left foot back towards that downward dog. Then your next inhale, we're going to slowly walk those feet towards the top of your mat, coming towards that forward fold. Inhaling to your halfway lift, flat back. Exhaling to fold forward. Inhaling to come all the way to standing, hands overhead, and exhale those hands on the heart center. Inhaling to all the way up overhead, exhaling to fold forward. Inhaling to your halfway lift, flat back. Exhale to fold forward. Then we're going to step back with that left foot. On inhale, sweep those hands all the way up overhead, reaching up towards that crescent pose. Keeping that core strong. Then exhaling to rotate towards that warrior two, reaching it through those fingertips. Exhaling to drop that right elbow down towards that right thigh, left hand overhead. Staying open through the chest. Then on inhale, we're going to slowly start to sweep back up towards that warrior two. Then opening up through that right hand, then exhaling back towards that reverse warrior. Keeping a bend through that front knee. Staying grounded in towards the feet. Your next inhale, rotating towards that warrior two. Then slowly rotating the back foot and arms, making those adjustments, come back towards that crescent pose. Then grounding in through that right foot, bending that left knee, inhaling to lift, rising up towards that warrior three. Staying strong through that right leg. So inhale to rotate, bending that left knee, drawing that left knee up in front, hands overhead. Then when you're ready, slowly exhaling to push back, sending it through that left leg. Then stepping that left foot back down. We'll come back towards that crescent pose. Then your next exhale, lowering those hands down towards the ground, stepping that right foot back in towards that downward dog. Then we're going to come in towards those spinal waves that we did the other day. So inhaling to push forward to the high plank, exhaling to bend those knees, pushing those hips back towards downward dog. Inhaling to rotate forward, exhaling to push back. 3 more. Inhaling to move forward, exhaling to push back. 2 more. Inhaling forward, exhaling to push back, lifting through those hips. Inhaling to move forward, and then exhaling to push back. Your next inhale, we're going to slowly push forward, come to high plank, exhaling to lower all the way down towards the ground, coming onto that belly. Then we'll uncurl those toes, so lying flat on the ground. Then we're going to draw that left forearm in front. And then we're going to bend at that right knee, grabbing onto the back of that right foot with that right hand. Just pushing that heel close towards that bum, just as much as you can. If you need a strap, you can use a strap as well. Just keeping open through that chest. Stretching it through that quad, and just focusing on that breath. You might feel a little bit of stretch through the spine as well. When you're ready, slowly letting go. And then we're going to bring that right forearm in front, and then bending that left knee, grabbing onto that left foot. Just pushing that foot as low as you need to. Just enough to feel that stretch. Then when you're ready, you can slowly let go, coming back towards center. And then we're going to bring those hands back behind the palms towards the sky. Next inhale, we'll just lift up that right leg. We're going to come in towards modified locust pose. Lift that head. And exhale, we'll lower, dropping down that chin. Just relaxing the body here just for a moment, coming back towards that breath. Then when you're ready, we're going to lift up that left leg, again lifting up that head. Just staying strong through that leg. And then on your next exhale, you can slowly start to lower that leg and that chin back down. Taking a moment here. And then we're going to come in towards the full pose. So when we do, we're going to lift both legs, the arms, the head, and the chest. So your next inhale, lifting up. Just extending it through those fingers, keeping that arch through that spine. Just trying to lift that chest up with each breath. This pose is great if you get lower back pain. This will help to release it. Just staying strong here for a couple more breaths. Maybe trying to lift that chest just a little bit higher. Keeping those muscles engaged. Staying strong. You've got this. And exhale, you can slowly lower. Then just bringing those hands underneath of that chin, creating that pillow, and just relaxing that body just for a moment. Just steadying out that breath again, finding those inhales and exhales. And then when you're ready, slowly starting to lift. And then from here, we're going to grab on towards that right foot. If you can't grab onto the foot, you can just extend that hand back behind, or again, grabbing onto. Then that left hand is going to stay underneath the shoulder with that elbow lifted. Just getting a feel before we get into the full bow pose. So on an exhale, you can release. And then when you're ready, we're going to bend to that left foot, grabbing onto that left foot. Just getting a feel for this side. Noticing how this side feels. Then when you're ready, slowly letting go, coming back towards center. Then your next inhale, we're just going to lift up the head and chest, finding that low cobra. Keeping those elbows hugged in, pressing into those palms, open up the chest, then exhaling to lower. Next, we're going to come in towards that full bow pose. So from here, we're going to grab on towards that right foot. And then when grabbing onto that left foot, if this is as far as you go, then that is great. That is one step. And if you need to adjust those hands, you can a little bit. You can play around with this. I've seen people do it both ways, so whatever is comfortable for you. So again, just holding on to those feet. And then if you choose, you can come into the full pose from here. So from here, you're going to push those feet in towards those hands. And then on an inhale, you're going to slowly start to lift. Lifting through that chest. Just trying to keep those knees together so that they're not out to both sides. Keeping that gaze lifted so that chest can open a little bit more. Just focus on that breath to open up through the spine. Feel that stretch through the shoulders, through those arms. And then when you're ready, you can slowly start to lower. Letting go with those feet, bringing those hands up underneath the chin. And just finding that pillow again, just relaxing here. Coming back into those inhales and those exhales. And just noticing how you feel right now. And then we're slowly going to bring those hands to the shoulders, then inhaling to lift, and we're going to push back towards that child's pose, just to stretch it through that spine after that back bend. Your next inhale, slowly moving forward, high plank, and then pushing back towards that downward dog. Again, stretching it through that spine. Then when you're ready, slowly walking those feet towards the top of your mat, coming towards that forward fold. Then from here, we're going to grab onto opposite elbows, bending at those knees, and we're going to gently sway from side to side. Just letting go of any tension through that lower back. From in that spine after those back bends, just reversing it. And then when you're ready, we're going to slowly let go of those elbows, letting those hands hang heavy, and then slowly inhaling to lift, allowing the head and neck to be the last thing to come to standing. And then we'll see you for day 27. I hope you enjoyed this one, and we'll see you soon.